Hello everyone! Today's video is going to serve as sort of an update and announcement. I'll be talking a bit about some upcoming content, including some new merch and products, as well as hopefully getting some feedback from some of you. I've got a few questions and ideas about some upcoming projects I'd like some advice and ideas from all of you on, so be sure to stay tuned for that. This video is sort of a companion to the latest blog post over on our website. I haven't been doing the best job of posting as often as I should, but I'm a busy guy doing the best I can. Of course, I'm sure most of you are much more interested in watching videos than reading blog posts, but I'll include the link below just in case you'd like to check it out. There'll be links to all of the products and merch that I'll be talking about in this video. Why don't we start off by having a quick look back at some of the content that I posted over the last month or so, starting with part 7 of the Firebird Drift build. For those who aren't aware, I think I started this build like all the way back in 2018. I don't know, it's been crazy how fast these past few years have flown by, but anyways, this started out as a model car I got for pocket change off of eBay, and started installing some of my own custom-made RC components to make this car drive. I think this was really the build that put me on the map as that guy who turns the model cars into RC on the YouTube. The first video of me basically just taking apart the model and talking about my plans managed to get like 500,000 views in less than a week or something crazy like that. The following videos where I actually design the parts, build the car, and make it work did well, but not nearly as good as that initial video, which I find somewhat ironic, but whatever. As I'm sure I've moaned about before, this build has been a pain due to the high amount of detail and is a big reason why I've set this car on the back burner for so long. But it's back, and we're currently working on the 8th and final part of this build series, where I finish the interior and do a sort of final reveal, where I'll either be driving the car or smashing it beyond recognition with a sledgehammer. We'll see. As big of a pain as this car might be, it does look pretty sick. I'm really proud of how part 7 turned out. Maybe a little longer than it needed to be, but that's kind of been the ongoing theme with this project. If you want to check it out, please do. I'll also include a link to the full playlist in the description if you'd like to start from the very beginning. I think it's kind of crazy that this summer will start the 4th year of me creating content on this channel, and one lesson that I learned from this build series is for longer, more complex and complicated builds, for me at least, I think it's better to not post regular updates along the way like I did for the Firebird, and instead either complete the car or get it mostly built before posting any videos. Especially since for the past few years, I've had very little time to make videos and work on my RC cars. Now for easier, less time-consuming, straightforward builds like the recent part spin Camaro build, for example, posting regular updates every week or two as I make progress is fine, and it's a nice way to present the content over the course of 4 roughly 10-minute videos. But for much more time-consuming, involved, and complex projects like the West-made Datsun 510 and Scale 3D RC Pathfinder and Pickup, I haven't posted any videos yet since I don't want these builds to turn into some 20-part build series spanning over 3 years. Well, okay, slight exaggeration, but you get it. With a 510 build, for example, which has a high amount of 3D printed parts, including the chassis, interior, suspension, there's been a constant pattern of design a part, print the part, need to make some changes, back to designing, print a new part, oh wait, it's still not right, okay, back to designing a new part, printing the new part, hey, it finally works. And this happens over and over again for various assemblies. Like, I know some of you out there are as crazy as I am and might actually enjoy watching every little detail of the build and every little design revision, step by step, minute by minute. But that kind of stuff, it gets real tiring and frustrating for me, and I'd have to imagine for the average viewer would probably get sick of it before too long. And remember, that's also a lot of repetitive stuff that I have to spend hour after hour editing as well. And sure, you can milk a lot more views out of a 10-part series, but for me that's not what it's about. I also understand it's been like 2 years without an update on some of these projects, which sucks. But regardless, I think a single video or short series of comprehensive yet well-paced and edited videos showing the entire build from start to finish will be a much better conclusion than 10 parts of let's try this, oh wait, never mind, that needs a redesign, etc., which in my opinion is what the Firebird build kind of turned into part of the way through. As cool of a car and a project as it is. I'm also extremely grateful now in 2021 that I have much more time to delve into projects like the Pathfinder and 510, thanks to the amazing support of all you patrons on Patreon and channel members, something that hasn't been the case for a long time, so I'm extremely grateful for all of you who help support this channel. So after part 7 of the Firebird Drift build came the C4 Corvette restoration. To fully understand the restoration part of the video, you'll have to check it out. We were just having a little fun goofing on some of the toy car restoration channels that you may be familiar with. A lot of people seem to get a good laugh from it, and that was a really cool little build. The paint certainly left something to be desired, as you'll see. No mystery as to why, but regardless, a cool build and a cool car to rip around with. And of course, we can't forget about the Tamiya Grasshopper 2 build. This kit was sent to me by Josh from RC Everyday, and I raced this car at the recent Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. This was a really fun build. I've always wanted to build one of these vintage Tamiya kits, and I had a lot of fun racing this at the expo, even though my driving, well, it kind of sucked. The Grasshopper 2 did survive the racing. It's back here at the shop, got it all cleaned up. I don't know if I'm really going to do much upgrades on it. I mean, let's be real, the next time I'm probably going to drive it is at next year's Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. But I don't know, if you want to see more videos on it, let me know. We'll see. And hey, speaking of the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo, I posted a few videos with highlights from each day of the event. I'll be putting together a video with all of the highlights from my experience and talking more about the event, so stay tuned for that video. I had a great time at the event and got to meet a ton of amazing people, including some of you watching. Big thanks to everyone who stopped by the booth and said hello. I'm already looking forward to next year's event. And finally, we can't forget about last week's upload, which was taking a look at these $25 micro RC drift cars. They were a lot of fun to mess around with, and I'll definitely be doing a custom paint job on these cars as there has been a lot of interest. How exactly should I paint them? Well, I've received some great ideas, and I've got a few ideas of my own, so again, stay tuned and see what I'm able to come up with. Should be a lot of fun, and I think a little paint will take these already nice looking bodies to the next level. So those are some of my most recent uploads. Check them out if you haven't already, and if you're wondering about what's next, well, to be perfectly honest, I'm not exactly sure which video will end up being posted next. I've got several currently being edited, so I'm not sure exactly which one will be hitting the channel first, but whichever it is, I hope you all enjoy it. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I've been trying to get back to a once a week video schedule, but it's looking like I won't have a video in time for this Friday, so my intention with this video was partially to kind of bridge the gap between uploads, so I hope you enjoy it regardless. And it looks like we're 7 minutes in and you're still watching, so must be doing something right. Alright, so I'm really excited to announce some new merch, starting with these white Make It RC ball caps. These were very useful down at USTE, which takes place in sunny Florida, where I got only moderate sunburn on my face thanks to the protection from these caps. So Friday was a little rainy at the expo, and I didn't notice until recently that some of the caps we brought back had some very minor stains. I think they may have sat in a puddle on a table. Super small, probably would clean up without much effort. Really not a big deal, but I still don't want to sell them. So I thought maybe what I would do is do some giveaways in some upcoming videos. So if you want to get yourself a nice ball cap or maybe some other items of merch, stay tuned. Also now available are decals. Yes, we finally have some decals. These have been a highly requested item for a long time now, and we finally have Make It RC decals. These are around 6 by 3 inches worth of decals sized for your 1/10 through 1/25 scale RC vehicles, as well as a couple larger decals. These are available on their own or included with all orders from shop.makeItrc.com that are $10 or over. These are printed in the USA and have some great detail, as well as are printed on strong sticker paper that's the same stuff used for full-size automotive decals, so they're quite durable and water resistant. If these decals end up on your vehicle or project, please tag us in your photo. We love seeing our customers work and can't get enough of admiring all of the awesome vehicles you all have built. We've got a couple new products hitting the shop this week. This includes the 1/10 scale jerry can and this 1/25 scale fire extinguisher. For those who are members on Patreon, the STL files for these were posted a while back, but for those who don't have printers, you now have the option of ordering the physical item. Links to these items are below, and if you'd like modifications made or would like them in a different scale, please don't hesitate to send us a message. Like with many of our products, we can make alterations for you upon request. Also, if you're interested in a fully assembled, almost ready to run vehicle, we currently have this awesome 1957 Chevy Bel Air sitting on top of a FPUC1 chassis available for purchase. The Revell body looks awesome, and you'll be getting the entire kit, which includes the interior. With the magnetic body mounts set up how they are, you can add the interior if you desire, or you can leave it out for more room for the electronics. Just add your own battery, receiver, transmitter, and ESC, then build and paint the car however you'd like. You'll have one awesome looking car once completed. I've got plenty of ongoing projects at the moment, but otherwise I'd be taking this car for myself. Still though, you might want to grab it up before I change my mind. Hopping on over to our Shapeways shop, you'll notice we've been gradually adding a variety of parts and accessories, including wheels, MA10 axle parts, and suspension components. For those who aren't familiar, Shapeways can print a large variety of parts in many different materials, making them a great choice for those who do not own 3D printers, or for those who have 3D printers but want a part in a higher quality material, such as high detail plastic or even metal. Now please be aware that this is going to take some time before every little part and piece is posted onto both Shapeways and onto Patreon. Also, some products will remain on our site or on our Shapeways shop exclusively. If there is a specific part that you need but can't seem to find it, please send us a message and we'd be happy to assist you with getting the part that you need. Since I just mentioned Patreon a little earlier, I might as well talk some about some of the things that you can expect to see over the next few weeks. Mostly some odds and ends, such as the MA10 axle parts and suspension components that I showed a little earlier that we've also been posting on the Shapeways, along with some new wheel designs that I'm really excited to share with all of you. They were designed for a current commission build, and man, they look awesome. In addition to that, look for some new FPUC1 body mounts that give you more options for how to secure your body to a FPUC1 chassis. I also scaled up some of our scale shop accessories for a customer so they'd be 1/18 scale, so figured I'd post them on the Patreon as well for anyone who's interested. As always, links to our Patreon page is below in the description if you'd like to join. So I briefly showed the 1/10 scale Pathfinder I'm building, and originally I wanted to go with a completely 3D printed drivetrain and chassis. Although I'm not giving up on a fully 3D printed chassis build in the future, it's been a heck of a challenge building something that's halfway decent, and long story short, I've decided to just buy a regular RC crawler chassis like a sane person. What chassis will I be putting under this beast? Well, that's where I'd like some advice. The body has about a 275mm wheelbase. Scale 3D RC recommends a 273 to 277mm chassis wheelbase. I haven't found too many chassis that will fit this body. I know RC 4-wheel drive has some, but they're more than what I want to spend unless I can find a decent one used. There is a version of the MSD CFX that's a 275mm wheelbase, making it perfect for this body, and is a chassis I'm leaning most towards getting. I've also been considering using a Tamiya CC01, however I'm not sure how easy it would be to stretch it out to have a 275mm wheelbase. Apparently some people have done it, but I'm not sure what all is involved. Anyways, yeah, I know this would have been a great question to ask a couple weeks ago at USTE when I was literally surrounded by hundreds of RC crawling experts, but I didn't think about it till now, so I thought I'd ask my audience here for their suggestions and ideas. Well, I think that's going to be about it. I just wanted to make a little update video talking about some things coming soon to the channel and Make It RC as a whole, as well as recap some recent videos for those who may have missed them. Anyways, that's going to be all for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and stay tuned for some of the upcoming videos. They are going to be pretty awesome. Big thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.